Coaster Critic.
Hello coaster fans, today I'll be sharing my opinion on what are the top 10 roller coasters at my home park, Cedar Point. I have rode all of these coasters multiple times, and again, this is just my opinion. Many of you might disagree with some of my rankings, but this is just my opinion. Cedar Point has a total of 16 roller coasters, but that will go up to 17 when Val Raven opens in 2016, and for that reason, Cedar Point is known as the roller coaster capital of the world. And I would have to agree, Cedar Point has many phenomenal coasters. So anyway, let's get started. Coming in at number 10 on my list is Mean Streak. Many people think Mean Streak is way too rough, and I would agree it is rough. But other than that, it is a fun coaster. The intensity is really what is making it on my top 10 list. It also has a pretty long ride time of 3 minutes and 13 seconds. There have been many rumors that Cedar Point is looking to give Mean Streak the Iron Rattler treatment, but with the new addition of Val Raven in 2016, I don't see it happening anytime soon. Anyway, coming in at number 9 is Blue Streak. Blue Streak is Cedar Point's oldest roller coaster, which was built in 1964. I think Blue Streak is a solid ride, definitely one of the more underrated coasters at Cedar Point. The stats don't seem so good, but the ride experience I think is great, lots of airtime. Now at number 8 is Wicked Twister. Wicked Twister is an inverted impulse launch coaster. As of 2015, it is the tallest and fastest inverted coaster in the world. I love the launch on this ride the most. It launches you straight out and up at a speed of 50 miles per hour and continues to speed you up. Wicked Twister also gives you a great view of Lake Erie, and this is another one of the more underrated coasters at the park. Number 7 on my list is Magnum XL200, the first ever hyper coaster built. What I like about this ride is the airtime. If not for the roughness of this ride, it would be higher, but it is pretty rough. This ride also gives you a great view of Lake Erie and has 3 tunnels, which makes the ride even better. At number 6 is the newly transformed floorless coaster, Rougarou. Let me start off by saying I love what Cedar Point did by converting this from Mantis, which was a stand-up coaster. I think Rougarou has a great layout for a floorless coaster. To the ride itself now, I found this much better as a floorless coaster than a stand-up. I love how you fly right over the swamp, and they even have mist at the bottom of the first drop. So that's number 6. Now at number 5 is Raptor, the inverted B&M coaster. I think Raptor is a very fun ride. My favorite inversion is definitely the Cobra Roll. I think it is just great. But it also has 5 other inversions, making this a very intense coaster, and one of the best B&M inverts in the world. Now at number 4, I have Gatekeeper, the B&M wing coaster. Gatekeeper was built in 2013, and the thing I love most about this ride is the smoothness. It is super smooth. Along with that, it has very comfortable restraints. Banshee at Kings Island and Val Raven will also have the same ones. Gatekeeper is the only wing coaster I have ridden, and the feeling of flying you get is unlike anything else. Now cracking the top 3 is Top Thrill Dragster. Top Thrill Dragster was the first ever strata coaster built, and now there are only 2 in existence. Even though the Dragster has an extremely short ride time, it is a very fun coaster. The launch is just amazing. 0 to 120 miles per hour in just 4 seconds. The theming is also great for this ride, so Top Thrill Dragster is coming in at number 3. Now, before I say my number 2, let me just say, the top 2 coasters are both phenomenal coasters. Well, really a lot of these are, but really my top 2 change often. But when it comes down to it, at number 2 on my list is Maverick. I can't even put into words how much I like this ride. Although it is not very tall, it has great quick transitions, a beyond vertical drop, and it has a launch during the ride of 70 miles per hour. And now with the new restraints, this ride is that much better. So yep, you guessed it, my favorite coaster at Cedar Point is Millennium Force, the Giga Coaster. No, I am not one of those quote, Millennium Force fanboys. I just think this is a great ride. I do not think it is the best in the world, just the best at Cedar Point. The speed of this ride is great, along with the first drop of 300 feet. Some people say they found this coaster forceless, but I would have to disagree. I think Millennium Force is very forceful and intense. Like I said though, if I could, I would have a tie between Millennium Force and Maverick, but if I had to pick one, it would be Millennium Force. So that's going to do it for my top 10 roller coasters at Cedar Point. I would love to see your guys' top 10, so post them in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button for more top 10s and coaster videos.